Day 22 of the Lori-Vallow-Daybell trial got underway this morning with the defense cross-examining Ian Pawlowski. He's the husband of Vallow's niece, Melani. Vallow is, of course, the Eastern Idaho mom charged with murder, conspiracy to commit murder, and also grand theft in the deaths of her two children, JJ and Tylee, and her husband's late wife, Tammy. Our Shira Matsuzawa has been at the courthouse since this trial began. Shira, walk us through what's happened so far.
Well, Justin, court began this morning with questions about whether a secret recording from Ian would be allowed to play in court today. That recording was from December 13th, and it was a conversation that Ian secretly recorded between Chad Daybell, Lori Vallow, and her niece, Melani. Now, in it, Vallow's attorneys say they discussed several issues, including the death of Alex Cox, Lori's brother, religious issues, and a blessing from Chad. The defense wanted to play it. The prosecution did not. The judge ruled the recordings would not play because they would constitute as hearsay. But if the witness contradicted the contents of the recording on cross-examination, that would open up another opportunity for them to be played. During cross-examination, Ian said he made 9 recordings for the FBI. He said Chad and Lori were always giving out blessings, and they were, quote, flying around like flies. He said at the time the blessing seemed positive, but given the context, it now feels like manipulation. Ian went on to say he believed Lori manipulated Melani because she was going through a tough time in her life, and Lori was telling her Brandon, her ex-husband, was dark, and that, quote, law enforcement officers that Melani should have been cooperating with were also dark, when in reality, he says, officers were trying to find 2 missing children and who shot at Brandon. Next, the prosecution called Taylor Ballard to the stand, a health insurance broker from Rexburg. She says she first met Chad on October 31st, less than 2 weeks after Tammy died on October 19th. She also talked about meeting with Chad on November 21st to go over insurance options for 2020. And during that meeting, Chad asked if he would get married, how hard would it be to add a spouse? Taylor said it would not be hard, but has to be done within 60 days. We know Chad was already married to Lori at this point. She says she saw Chad again on March 11th, and that's when he tried to add his new wife to his plan. He said her name was Lori Ryan Daybell and that she was incarcerated but would be getting out the following week. Taylor said when she asked Chad if Lori had any kids, he said no. By the way, today would have been Tammy Daybell's 53rd birthday. We also heard more testimony regarding her life insurance, as well as law enforcement from Hawaii. We'll break down what they had to say coming up on the news at 4. Justin?
Shira, thank you. Another busy day in court. Appreciate you being on that.